Do you ever get the feeling you're not really the one calling the shots in your own life? Like some sneaky, invisible force is nudging you toward choices that seem questionable. Why did you buy that gadget you'll never use, or binge watch an entire season instead of getting to bed? Relax. You're not broken, and you're definitely not alone. The truth is, our brains are constantly being hijacked by a cocktail of psychological tricks, marketing wizardry, and societal norms. It's like there's an unseen puppeteer pulling the strings. But here's the plot twist. You can cut those strings. In this video, we're diving deep into the hidden forces shaping your decisions, and, most importantly, arming you with the tools to take back control. It's time to become the mastermind of your own choices. Ready? Let's unravel the mystery. Let's talk about how your brain processes decisions. You might think of yourself as a logical decision-making machine, but here's the kicker. Your brain is less like a courtroom and more like a tug-of-war match. On one side, we have your prefrontal cortex. Picture it as the meticulous, by-the-book detective in a buddy cop movie. And on the other side, your limbic system, the wild, impulsive partner who thinks every problem can be solved with pizza and Netflix. Spoiler alert, the wild card usually wins. Your prefrontal cortex is the brain's voice of reason, the one weighing pros and cons, thinking about tomorrow and asking, do we really need another throw pillow? Meanwhile, your limbic system is all about instinct, emotion, and instant gratification. It's the one saying, forget tomorrow, we're ordering dessert. Ever found yourself eating that second slice of pizza even though you're stuffed? That's your limbic system flexing its biceps and saying, we've earned this. Now, let's add a layer of science. Daniel Kahneman, a Nobel laureate, explains in Thinking, Fast and Slow that our brains rely on mental shortcuts called heuristics. These shortcuts help us make quick decisions but often lead us astray. Take the availability heuristic, for instance. Ever felt more afraid of flying than driving, even though car accidents are far riskier? That's your brain prioritizing vivid images, like a plane crash in a movie, over cold, hard statistics. It's like that one friend who thinks they're a history expert because they binge-watched a docuseries. In essence, your brain's decision-making process is a hilarious, sometimes frustrating mix of logic and emotion. Understanding this tug-of-war is the first step to becoming the referee. Ready to blow the whistle on those impulsive choices? Let's keep going. Now, let's talk about how the world around you exploits these biases. Marketers are masters at tapping into your subconscious. They're like magicians, but instead of pulling rabbits out of hats, they're pulling cash out of your wallet. Take the concept of scarcity. Have you ever seen a website say, only 2 left in stock? Even if you weren't planning to buy, suddenly you feel an urgency to act. That's the scarcity principle. The fear of missing out on something drives you to make impulsive decisions. It's like a marketer whispering in your ear, buy it now or regret it forever. Another example is anchoring. Imagine you're shopping for a new TV. You see one priced at $2,000 and another at $800. The $800 TV suddenly feels like a bargain, even though it might still be overpriced. That's because your brain has anchored to the initial higher price. Anchoring is the adult version of comparing your average karaoke skills to a truly terrible performance. It makes you feel like a superstar by comparison. And let's not forget social proof. If you've ever bought something because it had thousands of 5-star reviews, you've fallen for it. Marketers know that people trust the behavior of the crowd more than their own instincts. Platforms like Amazon and Yelp thrive on this principle, making you believe that popular equals better. As they say, if everyone's doing it, it must be good. But remember, everyone also thought fanny packs were cool at one point. But it's not just marketers pulling the strings. Your social environment plays a significant role in shaping your decisions. Think about peer pressure. Even as adults, we're influenced by what others think. Have you ever agreed with a group decision even though you disagreed internally. Psychologists call this conformity. The famous Asch conformity experiments showed that people often choose to follow the majority, even when the majority is wrong. It's like saying, "Sure, let's all jump off the cliff. Why not?" Cultural conditioning is another hidden force. For example, in some cultures, choosing a career in the arts might be frowned upon, while in others, it's celebrated. These societal norms shape what we perceive as acceptable, often without us realizing it. It's like being in an invisible escape room where the clues to break free are buried under layers of tradition and expectation. Now that we've identified the hidden forces, how do we break free? Let's talk about actionable strategies. Cultivate self-awareness. The first step is recognizing when these forces are at play. Start asking yourself questions. Why am I making this decision? Is it based on logic, emotion, or external pressure? Journaling your thoughts can help uncover patterns in your decision-making. Think of it as being a detective in your own life. You're Sherlock Holmes, and your impulsive buys are the Moriarty. Practice mindful decision-making. Take a pause before making significant decisions. For example, if you're about to make an impulsive purchase, step away for 24 hours. This cooling-off period allows your logical brain to regain control. It's like giving your prefrontal cortex a chance to chime in with, "Do we really need another throw pillow?" Spoiler, probably not. Limit exposure to manipulation. Be mindful of your environment. Use ad blockers to reduce exposure to persuasive marketing. Unsubscribe from emails that trigger impulsive buying. Create boundaries that protect you from manipulative tactics. Basically, Marie Kondo your digital life. If it doesn't spark joy, unsubscribe. Challenge cognitive biases. When you're tempted by scarcity tactics or social proof, take a step back. Ask yourself, do I really need this? For instance, just because everyone is buying the latest gadget doesn't mean it's the best choice for you. Remember, if all your friends jumped off a bridge, would you do it too? Unless there's a trampoline at the bottom, the answer should be no. Educate yourself. The more you understand about psychology and marketing, the harder it is for these forces to control you. Books like Influence by Robert Cialdini and Predictably, Irrational by Dan Ariely offer deep dives into these topics. Knowledge is power, and in this case, it's also a shield against those sneaky marketing ninjas. So, what have we learned? Your decisions are influenced by a complex web of psychological, social, and environmental factors. From cognitive biases to marketing tricks and societal norms, these hidden forces shape your behavior more than you realize. But the good news is, with awareness and intentionality, you can regain control. The next time you're faced with a choice, pause and reflect. Ask yourself, is this truly my decision? Remember, the power to shape your life lies in your hands, but only if you're willing to take it back. If you found this video enlightening, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who could use a little help taking back control of their decisions. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into mastering your mind and behavior. And as always, make your next decision count, like subscribing to this channel. Trust me, it's a decision you won't regret.